The shift actually should be in your mind. Strategy is the how pace.
So it's more about how we think as much we do, right? Strategy, it's more than long meetings, thick reports. It's clarity, bold decisions, and knowing when to make the next move. Today I'm here with Mr. Bradley Emerson, a corporate strategist, executive coach, and one of the most famous region's leadership minds to explore how leaders can navigate disruption and rethink growth. Mr. Bradley, you are warmly welcome.
Hello Milanta, nice to be here. Across the chessboard. You just lost your queen.
So let's open with the big picture. Why strategic thinking is more important than ever in today's business climate?
I think today's business climate is really disrupted. Whatever that worked before doesn't exist anymore. So strategic thinking is how you could become more agile, more innovative, more creative, and most of all, being very crafty. Strategy is no longer a theory. For business, strategy is way of life today.
So strategy is important. So my next question is, what kind of shift do you see in today's organizations when approach strategy?
It's a very good question, Virendra. The shift actually should be in your mind. But most of the companies mistake budgets for strategy. Strategy is the how pace, and then most of the companies continue to do what they did and expect the same results. The future is not an extension of the past. The future, as we see and as it happens, are different. Therefore, strategic mindset or strategic thinking process need to be dynamic. And first thing that you have to do is forget what happened in the past. And you must take a new view of the world and say, how do I survive in the new dynamics of world? So it's here. If you believe what brought me here will take me there, you are dead.
Indeed. So Mr. Bradley, your upcoming workshop focuses on mainly actionable tools. Can you walk us through what you are covering in that workshop?
Well, as I mentioned to you, in its current context, it's about the mind shift. And I'm very excited about the upcoming workshop. It's going to focus on the shift of what people thought strategy was to what strategy is. That's how we start with the preamble of moving away from understanding business as a tension between demand and supply. Then we go into theory and actually kind of break it down to see whether those are still valid and whether we can develop a new dimension for the theories which are practical. So in terms of takeaway, they will walk with a 2-page strategy document which they can implement on Monday morning. So it is not another, there you come, somebody speaks and you are bombarded with knowledge. No. This is going to be an engaging, hands-on business conversation which will give you the different application of the tools that you know. So you unlearn, and also you will go with a document, a 2-page document, where you can on Monday morning sit and write on your strategy, and it is execution above. And that's what will come out of this workshop.
So it's more about how we think as much we do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said, you have to rethink of what you have been doing and reframe the thought set, because the world is not what it was.
Yes, of course. So my next question, Mr. Bradley, where do most organizations go wrong in formulating strategy?
There are two aspects into it. One, we fail in the way we formulate, and the other, we fail in the execution. Now, if you Google, the failure rate of strategy execution is more than 80%. It's more than 80%. So there are Very simple components. Strategy is a movement to a desired or advancement to a desired place. How do I advance to desired place? So fundamentally, you must understand the current position as a market, as your product portfolio, as your customer segmentation, and also your competition. That you have to understand first. Once you understand that, only you decide how do I go to where I want to go. So most of the companies focus straight away on where you are going and how you are going, but they don't understand their current status in terms of their resources, their competencies, the configuration of the organization. So that's the biggest mistake they make.
So, do you think that nowadays, especially nowadays, companies can tackle this?
So the problem they can't, what they face is, as I said, they think it's a continuation. It's not. Because, every time you play a match in a different ground, you have to go and look at the pitch separately and choose the team according to the pitch. So what we do is, okay, last year we did well, so let's do the same thing. But the world is changing. So this is where we go wrong. So in execution, where they fail is that they are not ready to stop what worked for them yesterday and look at today and tomorrow afresh. This is the biggest mistake companies, we call it the comfort zone. It worked for me yesterday, but would you have the audacity to say, sorry, I'm going to look at it fresh? And this is where companies, it takes a lot of courage to do that. And a lot of senior management don't take that courage. And that's why strategies fail.
Indeed, Mr. Bradley. So, my last question, I'm also interesting. So, I mentioned about your upcoming strategy formulation workshop. So, as per you, this workshop is for to whom actually? Who will be benefit from this workshop?
So this is for everybody who has the accountability to grow the business, right? Because how do you apply your resources? How do you get the best return on the assets that are at your disposal? So anybody who is responsible to prepare a business plan, who is accountable to grow the business, should attend this. Because this is the how piece of growing the business. So otherwise, you will not know where you stand. Check.
Well, speaking of a strategy, I have learned a lot of things today. Never underestimated a seasoned strategist. Thank you so much, Mr. Bradley.
Learning never ends. I still keep learning, and I'm very excited and looking forward for this program on the 24th of June.
To all our viewers, if you are serious about transforming your business and sharpening your leadership skills, join Mr. Bradley Emerson and an elite group of peers at the Strategy Formulation Workshop. Details are below, don't miss it. See you there.